It's 8:08. Good morning, live from Peterborough. This is PCRFM. It's Kev with breakfast. I've teased this all morning. We're going to speak to an accountant by the name of Polly, and we're going to make this conversation fun and interesting. Polly, good morning.
Morning, Kev.
So you're from Leap Accountants, based in Woodston.
That's right, Leap.
Welcome to PCR. Now, I know I've spoken to you previously on the BBC, so it's nice to welcome you to Peterborough's radio station, PCR. And we're going to cover things. We're going to come on in a few minutes to excuses businesses have tried to use to offset tax. Some of the things they've tried to claim for that you've experienced. You sent me a few from the list, like I was smiling. But before we get onto them, let's talk about scams. We've got this pandemic continuing, and we've been living in this crazy new world since March last year, and I think there are some pretty nasty people about who seemingly are trying to take advantage of the situation and maybe how vulnerable certain people are feeling with certain scams. As an accountant, what have you spotted, and what can you alert people about?
So scams have always been around, but just the recent pandemic with people struggling and with the tax deadline, they've become a lot more prolific, and they seemingly have become a bit more ingenious trying to catch people out. And some people we know, unfortunately, have been caught out. I mean, shall I go through a couple?
Yeah, some examples would be good.
So we've had quite a few clients contact us saying, "Oh, HMRC have called. There's a warrant for my arrest. I need to make a phone payment straight away, and should I give them my credit card details?" And we've actually had one a more elderly client who was about to give them the details and called us in tears. So that's one that's doing around quite a lot.
And when you mention HMRC, I mean, you know, when people see what they think is a message from them, of course they're immediately going to be worried, and you know, the red flags are quite often not obvious.
No, exactly. No one wants to get on the wrong side of the tax man. So as soon as they say HMRC, it's like if a policeman turns up the door, you automatically think you've done something wrong.
Okay. So what advice would you give? I mean, is there an HMRC sort of standard procedure that when they make contact, they always do this or always do that?
So first of all, HMRC will very rarely, if ever, call you. They will always write to you. If you're not sure and you have received a call, then just say very politely, I'm going to call you back, give me a reference number, and find the phone number that you source yourself. Don't take a phone number from the person calling you. So that's a very sort of important thing. The next one is sometimes HMRC have been sending, or allegedly sending, texts saying, "Oh, you have a tax refund. Please click on this link and provide your banking details so that we can give you this tax refund." So my advice there is, if you're not expecting it, then it's very, very highly unlikely that one will appear. If it smells fishy, then chances are it's full of fish.
What's that? If it smells fishy, it probably is. Good analogy. Okay, that's one scam, HMRC. What about any others?
We've had people calling up pretending to be from BT or TalkTalk saying, "Well, we're going to cut off your internet because you've not paid your bill. Make a payment now." And quite often that...
Polly, I swear, I was working here less than a week ago, and I got a message saying exactly that here at PCR, saying we're about to cut you off unless you make a payment immediately. These scammers have got no scruples. They'll just do anything, won't they, to try and get your bank info?
Anything, absolutely. Another one that's related to HMRC, which is quite clever, I would say, is because everybody pays their taxes in January, they've sent an email around to everybody saying, "Our account details have changed. Please don't make payment to our old account details. Here are our new account details." And I know at least one person who's been caught out by that.
Not good, is it? Not good at all. We're going to pause for a song, okay. But these are really good things to alert people to. I'm going to come back for more with you in a second. We're going to be talking about examples of pretty ridiculous things that people have been trying to claim to offset their tax. And obviously we're not going to name names, but we're going to actually list a few things that people have tried to claim for. And I'm pretty certain these will raise a smile. I actually can't believe some of them. So, Polly, will you wait there for a moment?
Sure.
Chatting to Polly from Leap Accountants, based in Woodstown. We've talked through some scams that you can maybe look out for. Now let's talk about the ridiculous things businesses have tried to claim for to offset their tax. Good morning again, Polly.
Morning.
Let's go through some of these then. The first one, is it true that you have seen somebody try to claim for a holiday to the Algarve?
I have. And, well, just to rewind, so if you run a business, the thing to remember is that expenses must be wholly unnecessary for your business. So that gives a bit of background as to how they've justified this holiday. And they claimed that they needed it to relax in order to perform in their business better.
They needed it to relax in order to perform at their best. And I can't imagine the tax man would look at that and go, yeah, go on then, we'll let you off with that one. I mean, no, that's not going to happen, is it?
No.
But when you do run a business, and you have, legitimate expenses, you've got to be able to put them through and you've got to be able to claim for them. So,
Exactly.
the next one, somebody decided to buy a pool table so that their employees could play pool and relax and perform better. Did that get through?
Well, normally I would say that is something that would be considered as an eligible business expense. If you ran an office, you might have a Game Boy or an Xbox or something for all the employees to relax during their break. However, in this particular business, it was an employee of one himself, and the pool table was in his house.
So that didn't quite cut it.
No.
And the final one, I mean, when we'll get you back on again in a few weeks, and if you do see any others, please share them with us. But the final one, the point we'll end this conversation today, Polly. A female client tried to claim what to relax her so that she could think clearer about her business decisions.
No, it's nothing too dodgy. It was a massage. And
I'm not saying it's dodgy. I'm just saying it's like a strange thing to claim for.
She claimed that she needed the massage. She'd been very stressed. The massage helped her work on the business rather than in the business, and it would generate new ideas for her to grow the business. So, yeah, that wasn't a very easy one to argue with the taxman and get that through.
So I need to know this because, I'm self-employed and I need to have a clear mind to think of ideas to talk about on the radio once we're allowed to do these things again. Maybe it's something I'll claim for. Did it or didn't it get through?
It did not get through.
Oh, it didn't get through. Boo! Polly, good to talk to you. Thank you very much for coming on today. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
That's Polly Lee from Leap Accountants, based in Peterborough and Woodstown. The time now, 8:20.
PCRFM.
Leap Accountants. Call 01733 699033.